Hi and welcome back to another maths lesson on Mr. Simons, grade 8, financial maths, also question for grade 9, looking at percentage increase and decrease, right? So question 1, they want me to increase the value 180 by 12% for 3 marks, decrease 333 by 12% for 3 marks, increase 750 by 15% for 3 marks, increase 195 by 7% for 3 marks. And then question 5, application, the petrol price of 14 Rand per litre decreases by 2.5%. What is the new price of petrol, right? So basic calculations, but we still need to understand how to solve them. So to increase a value by 12%, I first need to know what's 12% of that value. So I can say 180 times 12 over 100, which then gives me a value of 21 Rand 60. Right, so therefore my new value would then be 180 plus the 21 Rand 60, which then gives me 201 Rand 60. Remember, 12% is 12 over 100. Right, there is also a shorter way of doing it. If 180 is 100% of the price, if I increase it by 12%, my new price should be 100 plus 12, which gives me 112%. Alright, so therefore I just say 180 times 112 divided by 100. That also gives me 201 Rand 60. So 1 mark for 112, another mark for dividing by 100, and method and answer 201.60. And there, 1 mark for calculating what 12%, 1 mark for the new value or adding and getting the new value. So it's entirely up to you which one of the two you prefer. Alright. Decrease. Now that first one was increase, and I'm substituting one with decrease by 12%. Right. So if this is 100%, if I decrease by 12%, I'm going to say 100 minus 12%, and the new value is 88% of what it was. Alright. So therefore, 333 Rand times 88 over 100. 1 mark for the 88, another mark for the method. My new value now would be 293 Rand 4 cents. So therefore, I've decreased the price by 12% by working out what's 88% of the price. Alright. Number 3. Increase 750 by 15%. So already you should logically understand increase. My answer must be bigger than 750. Right, so by 15%. So again, I first need to know what's 15% of 750. So 750 times 15 over 100 gives me 112 Rand 50. Alright, so my new value would then be the 750 plus the 112 Rand 50, which then gives me 862 Rand 50 cents. 1 mark for getting what's 15% of 750. Another mark for adding the two values and getting the correct answer. Or as I said, we can go the shorter way. Remember, 750 is in itself 100%. If I increase it by 15%, that means my new price becomes 100 plus the 15%, which then gives me 115%. So I can just say then 750 times 115 over 100. 1 mark then gives me 862 Rand 50, another mark for the correct answer. So I hope that makes sense. You're following and understanding what I'm doing. Right, if you do, please drop me a like and share the video. Alright, increase 195 by 7% again. The word increase means I must get a bigger value. 7%, I assume you remember 7 over 100. So I'm first going to work out what's 7% of 195. So 195 times 7 divided by 100 gives me 13 Rand 65 cents. Alright, so my new value would then be 195 plus the 1365 gives me 208 Rand 65. 1 mark for calculating what 7%, second mark for adding it to the total given, and third mark for correct answer. Or we take in account that 195 is 100%, increasing it by 7%, so 100 plus 7 gives me 107%. So 195 times 107 divided by 100, and that gives me 208 rand 65 cents. Right? You follow? Let's look at the last question. The petrol price of 14 rand per liter decreases by 2.5%. What is the new price of petrol for 3 marks? So we say 100 minus 2.5 gives me 97.5%. Decreased. So now it's 97.5% of its original price. Right? That's why I'm subtracting. Decreases means my answer must be smaller than 14 rand. Right? So that's where you check if you are doing the correct thing. So 14 rand times 97.5 over 100 then becomes 13 rand 65 cents. 1 mark for 97.5 over 100, another mark for the method, and a third mark for the answer. Alright, hope what I've done made sense. Enjoy, continue practicing. God bless. Bye.